And what's up, everybody? This is None Defense, host of this YouTube channel, and of course, still co-leader of the team, still unboomable. Wait a second. I'm not even sure if I'm on the right account. And if I'm not on the right account, then I have to stop this video. But if I'm on the right account, then we'll carry on. So this is kind of an exciting moment. You'll either never hear this or you'll hear this. Hey, we're on the right account. Sweet. Alright, so I am on the account Grublet. And that's Piper. Hey, what's up, Piper? Piper. What's up, Piper? Anyway, so I'm on the account Grublet. And I know I did a video the other day, like None versus Assembly Part 1, and I never did Part 2, and I ended up not beating it again or whatever. Point is, I've just been kind of bored with the channel, just kind of bored, and I'm trying to think of new things, you know, something different besides just looking at the same stuff, the same ops, same types of attacks I've looked at. And but today, Luna, who is, well, we've talked about Piper, and I've talked about Luna before. She came over and she hung out with us, and then she came back to her team or whatever, and Piper and I were discussing things the other day, and I'm like, hey man, little Luna, like, I liked Luna, she was alright, like, whatever, if she wants, bring her ass back. So he was like, okay. I think he said something like, well, you know, she's not sure she can get, you know, maintain the kind of intel. And I'm like, whatever, dude. She works, you know, she communicates, she talks to us when she's about ready to attack, and she gets some intel. And that's 98% of it. So just do that, and we're good, man. Like, so he was like, all right, well, cool. So it seemed like she enjoyed herself. She just felt kind of under, you know, pressure, like we're going to have to give her the boot. Like, right, you know, if we were chasing the leaderboards and if we were full of, right now we are short on helping hands, just being honest. We are getting short on helping hands. So anybody who can help me on all the spots, all the space that I'm taking up on my team, man, that's great. So Luna, thank you so much for kicking in on that little project. As a way of saying thank you, I wanted to send the Grublet over to her account, over to her team. Because apparently, like, Luna's like the real leader or something, you know. I'll get to know these people. Like, Piper's been with us for a while, so I'm just going to hang out over here for indefinitely, right? That means just kind of ongoing unless something changes, no reason. But I've been wanting to put Sir. I wonder if that's the same Sir. I doubt it. I'm sure there's other Sirs, but that would be interesting if that was the same Sir. But I'm not going to talk about that. Anyway, so this is their team. It's a 25-man team. And, awesome. Alright, I'm going to say hi to YouTube, and then I'm going to ignore chat. YouTube. Alright, so I assume he's going to say hi, but now I'm ignoring the chat. Theoretically, you guys know I'm not very good at ignoring chat. So it's a 25-man team. Like I said, I've been bored with the channel. I've been wanting to do something interesting. Luna came over. I was talking to Luna, and I was like, hey, you know, you guys have been helping out. We really appreciate it. So I want to send an account over to fill a spot on your team. And there's two types of ways that I'll fill a spot on somebody's team. I'll send somebody over like a, I don't know, like a bronze, or like one of the little low-level bronze that I still have. You know, maybe I'll send them or somewhere. But when I send a Grublet out, just know this about me, that this is my baby. This is my Grublet. I've worked so hard on this Grublet. So when I send him out, send a Grublet to your team, you can bet your ass that I'm checking that account 3 or 4 times a day throughout the day. You know, I may not be on very long, and I may not chat while I'm there, but I'm putting eyes on the account. Okie dokie. So we are here to do, alright, god damn it. Red YouTube. Hi, Red Admiral. So we're going to get to know these people as time goes by. We're, you know, like I said, for the channel to be interesting, you know, I gotta do something to make it interesting. So getting to know, you know, a new variety of people, that should be fun. All right, so we've yammered, we've stumbled, we've bumbled, and we've talked. Let's look at their team. So I just got here. Victory, victory, victory. Okay, so we lost against Bottleneck. 22 attacks out of 25. That's not bad. 12 attacks. I was on a Mambo. They beat it. Remember, you learn more from the 24 attacks on a loss. You learn more from a loss than you do from a victory. That's why whenever I go visit a team, I just look at their losses and see how many people attacked. So I'm seeing great participation over here. You're always going to end up with like 1 or 2 or whatever, but okay, yeah, looking good. Looking good. A lot of great participation. Alright, to be clear, I have absolutely no intention to come over and say, oh, this is how things need to be done. You know, because no. If you want that action, then you need to watch my Still Unboomable videos, and that's where I will bitch and gripe and moan, and I will you'll hear me do it. When I'm doing op reviews for other teams, I try to go in with a little more dispassion and just enjoy the experience. So as of right now, Bottleneck is listed as normal, and again, they did win. So that's a pretty good feat. This was their first time beating Bottleneck as far as I can tell. Had a quick glance. Okay, no, they beat Bottleneck a few weeks ago. They beat it consistently. Okay, so this wasn't... Alright, well, fuck, no big deal. Anyway, alright, so I joined the team and asked Luna if I could do an op review. And she was like, sure, that would be alright. You're not the most unintelligent person I've ever met, so surely you can find a way to not screw this up. And I said, well, thank you, Luna. That's very nice of you to say those wonderful, kind-hearted things about my almost intelligence, or almost lack of, whatever it is. The point is, I said, all right, well, I'm rolling up my microphone, and what that meant was I was rolling a joint, and I have it right here, and I'm just making sure it's loose and ready to go. This is important. You cannot do op reviews without a J in your hand and ready to go. I thought it was ready, but it's kind of clogged up on me, but we can fix that. All right, we're rolling. Let's do it. Here we go. So this is a new experience. Hopefully anybody who stumbles across this channel, you'll appreciate seeing something a little different, for people, because the channel's gotten stale, and I want to improve on this. So this is going to be fun. All right, Waldo and Piper and Tramp Piper. Now I happen to know that that's my guy Piper, and he's awesome. So say there's Don saying don't give up on the channel. We'll help. Like, we're gonna have to, because I'm at that point where it's like I either need to, like I told Don, I either need to quit the channel or I need to shake up the ant farm. So right now this is me hoping to shake up the ant farm. So help me out, talk to me, get me, whatever. If you like the channel, let's find a way to keep it going. Okie dokie. So this was Waldo. So I happen to know this is our man Piper. So I imagine, he's told me as much, that he's been kind of taking things that he sees and observed and participated with over on the big team, and kind of helps put it together. You utilizing a low level to do some basic mind clearing. I mean, for when you don't have much you can do. We'll talk about Dawn later. What time is it? It's 9:34. We're going to be starting an operation on Still Unboomable at 10 o'clock my time, so we're just going to kind of run through this. Okie dokie. So that's Dawn. So a bunch of conversations happening. So that was Waldo on Quick Charge. So the next attack on Quick Charge was from Ace. Okay? Ace, the helpful place. Now, he's going in with Hookah. He's got the Hookah Medic, Scorcher action happening. Well, let's see what he saw. So I see these Doom Cannons. I mean, that my initial thought there is to be concerned about that. Okay, let's see. I'm watching them just bomb these rockets. I don't want to miss anything. Now, when you're doing objective-based, and keep in mind, I have no idea if there were notes or anything, and I don't care, and I don't need anybody to, email me or text me or message me and explain to me, oh, yes, there were notes, or no, there were notes, or the reason there were notes, or whatever. I don't know. I don't care. I'm just explaining. But if the notes said some version of remove the 3 rockets, then I have to say this guy did actually all right, you know, as far as recognition. You know what I mean? Like, he recognized that his artillery and his barrage should be able to just about get all three of them. Let's speed this up. Now, as far as the choice of play call, or troop, I mean, he went with a little hookah there, and that's basically, the Scorcher didn't really help much in this situation. Like, he'd have been just better off going straight hookah, you know, if I'm being honest. Well, of course, we're going to go all Zuka for everything, but that's not what we're here to talk about. I mean, as far as objective-based task forcing goes, that was a pretty decent attack. I mean, he got rid of the SL, he got rid of 3 of the RL. I'll take it. The other one's in, you know, just, you could sneeze on it and it's gone. So good job, Ace. We're just going to try to stick to quick charge. Romation. So he's going with a little mixed troop action. I see the chat's just kind of popping off over there. Let's see. So we're going to finish that off. That should be gone. Speed it up. Okay. And he got rid of the Doom Cannons. Just going with the hookah grenade. Are there medics in there? And then crying ears. Okay. Just a little clearing attack. Now, typically speaking, the only thing critical that I'm going to say about this attack is that the grenades aren't really doing much support. I mean, they're doing a little bit of mine clearing, but did you hear me use the word a little bit? You know what I mean? Like, a little bit of mine clearing just isn't enough for me. It's just not enough. But in the end, he cleared the entire side. You know, absolutely he did. I just can't, because he did such a brilliant job of doing what he did with the troops he had, I can't help but wonder of what happens if he just swaps out that boat of grenades for maybe another boat of heavies, or maybe another boat of Zukas, you know? Like, these are the questions that pop into my mind. But maybe he was upgrading a landing craft and he was totally stuck. And Jesus, people, what are y'all talking about? I'm not reading because I'm doing a video. So y'all are just going to have to get the fuck over it. Anyway, no, I love you. I'm glad you are talking. So that was Romation. And I guess the crying ears. So yeah, if I'm being critical, like, think about, you could have done so much more with another boat of level 19 grenades and then another boat of level 18 Zukas. You know what I mean? Just don't be afraid. If you're gonna use hookah, use hookah. Use it. Like, don't be afraid to use hookahs. Like this guy. This guy uses hookah. Like that, yes, it's true. Still Unboomable is an established team and established all that stuff, and we're well established at using Zukas. But, you know, you can use hookah. You really can. Like, I'm not going to say that you can't. Now, I mean, you know, I don't. Now, can you look at this mathematically and tell me for certain that if he didn't, especially in this setup, you know, had he gone with all Zukas, he certainly would have delivered what that would have given him, at least 2 more boats of ladies. Maybe he had to beat this thing. Did he beat this thing? Let's just check. We're not going to sit and watch it. But, I mean, good job. Good job. Good recognition. If he had went in with a grenade in that mix at that time, then I get a little frustrated. And speaking of a grenade... Alright, now see, when I see that as I'm going around, as I go and travel and visit other teams, this is so low. Yeah, if the last guy, whoever that was, if he didn't have a grenade in his thing, like, this thing would have already been beaten. Okay, I like the fact that this was a low-level guy. Yeah, I like the fact that this was a low-level guy, so I'm going to say good job to Redfish. Alright, so we're done on quick charge. Now let's look at Ballast. This is Tramp Piper. I know him as my guy Piper. He ran the Waldo attack. Let's see. He's going Zukas. Wonder where he learned that. from fucking YouTube, obviously. Poor guy, though. Okay. Didn't work out so well. Let's establish what went wrong. Let's watch that again. Now that we know what's gonna happen, let's see what happened. All right. Okay. Okay. All right, got it. All right. So, team. If anybody on this team, not still unboomable, I forgot to show the name of this team. What is it, Rise of the Dragon or something? If anybody watches this on this team and they're wondering what the heck was he trying for, what he was hoping to do is on Still Unboomable, he has seen us make the girls stand still under smoke. So he was attempting that on the beach, and he's seen us do it. What he failed to take into consideration here was when we do it on Still Unboomable, the thing that he was imagining. Just imagine that all these girls were just perfectly positioned under these under this smoke, right, and just standing still, just totally still, stone still. So he was trying to duplicate that. What he didn't realize in this attack is whenever we do that, we would do that somewhere like over here, because you specifically need your Azukas to be standing close to something within their range, and the closer you can get to it, the better. So what I would have done to do exactly what you were shooting for, Brother Piper, is I'm going to drop right here, and I'm going to flare right here. I know you don't want to use the flare, but you end up using it anyway when you're trying it this way. So I'm dropping all my girls right here, all my flags right there. I'm going to flare, smoke, smoke. They're under the smoke, and then like maybe flare there, you know what I mean? But just drop, flare, smoke, smoke, whatever it is that makes sense to you, and then try everything. So that's the only thing that went wrong. Other than that, your pathing was great. It just didn't work out. Like once you calm down and you got your shit going, but at this point there's really not much you can do. But Piper, dude, you've gotten so much better, and it's great to see your big account in action. It's fun. Alright, so this was Ace. Alright, we looked at quick charge. Alright, so Sir Sparkster went behind you on ballast. Have a look, and we're going with tanks. Tank medic, okay. Well, I see the boom cannons. That worries me immediately. Flare here, flare here, flare here. No, 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 oh no. Oh, my friend. I mean, I admire your bravery, you know. You are brave. I give you that. Not the best tactical use of tanks that I've ever seen. But in the end, when you're talking about objective base, you got to admit that he got the goals. I mean, he got 3 rockets and a couple boom cannons and whatever this crap was. So, brother, on ballast, I'm going to have to give you a good job. Good job, all in all. Where was that? That was down here, right? Yeah, that was. So Piper tried going for it all, didn't work. So, Sir Sparkster. Okay, Sir Sparkster, if I'm being honest with myself, because I really love establishment attacks, I'm going to say you did great. I wish you would have gone hookah here, but I'm not freaking out about it. I mean, you did the do. I mean, you bombed all this stuff, you got rid of this stuff. So again, when they're talking about objective base, you saw the objective, your attack was focused, you knew what it was you were trying to achieve, and you achieved it. So don't let any of my criticism about, the choice of troops or whatever, deter you, because that was a very well focused, objective based attack. This guy, so we're going crying hookah. Now I know it's a hassle, and let's be honest, let's just be honest and admit that it's a fucking hassle to swap troops. It really, 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 really is. This guy would have cleared this whole side with all Zuka here. He just would have. He just totally would have. Like, it was begging for it. Begging for it. Like, I guarantee you, you know, if you went back yourself and just watched it in slow motion, you'll see he did way more with the Zukas than he ever did with the heavies or the girls. The crying ears, you know what I mean? So, there you go. But it was a good attack. I mean, again, I like the fact that if you're going to go hookah, go hookah. You know, a hookah medic, you know. It's the mixing in of the girls and grenades and all that. I'm definitely not a huge fan of mixing the troops, especially when you can get so much done with just a nice effect, just a nice clean established combo. But sir. Alright. Alright, so this is Sir. So I'm sorry for anyone. I'm certainly not trying to be offensive. I'm not. It's just, it's been a while since, okay. Like, I'm really trying to think of something constructive to say here, guys. I'm working on it. It's not going so well. Alright, so we dropped critters and such. Alright, as we're watching this, my initial instinct is we really just want to go over here. Not on any still unboomable attack, just so you guys know in the future, we're always going to just drop right over here on the very first run. I'm going to sneak somebody right back here. We're going to take care of it. Just fight all 4 of these rockets in one shot. And you can do this with hookah, you can do this with rifle, you can do this with tanks, whatever. Just drop over here and make the sneak. You can get up there. And then once you focused on fighting those, and if you're going like tanks anyway, you don't even have to shock them, you know. Well, it doesn't hurt if you have weak tanks. Anyway, the point is, you destroy these, and then you start eating up this power cells, and you start bombing this stuff. So every amount of GBE he spent over here, this guy, Sir, was wasted. So, sorry, Sir. I'm sorry, Sir. You know, but thank you, Sir. May I have another? So we've already started skipping around. We looked at Centaur, I know, didn't we? I know we did. Time check. Alright. What did he do? What did we do? Yeah, we went over there. That's right. Okay, let's see. Then, looked at that. Alright, Jeremy. Alright, so he's got max tanks. I believe that's max medics. I'm not sure. So, again, this is no criticism of anything. What I want to see is, what I love to see, rather, is just, you know, good objective-based, you know, stuff. I'm definitely, you know, it's no secret that I'm not a fan of tanks. Certainly no secret. I mean, they're great for player bases. Fantastic for player bases. I'm kind of, as I'm watching, you know, I mean, you're really strong. Very strong. I'm assuming that you were boosted, because I know tanks. This is either a really weak operation or you were really boosted. The fact that your tanks have taken this much punishment, yeah, you had to have been boosted, partner. But again, as far as what you accomplished like a whole side there. A whole side. So, I wasn't here, I wasn't watching the chat. That might have been the goal, the team goal. Is like, hey, everybody, let's just go work the side. And that's awesome. And I can't wait to get to know you guys more, so, you know, we can try to figure out what was the goal over there. I would call this play a drop right sneak around. Okie dokie. Now, if you're wondering, well, how would you have, what kind of plays would you have called on this base, considering everything and everything? Well, we're, because there were no rockets right here, if we wanted it done in one shot, we're going to have to call in a full boosted Cully, Nick, something like that. I would run maybe a little mine clearing just to save him the hassle of that, but he's just going to drop right there, sneak right there, stand there. He's going to target there, and he's going to shock, 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 and then he's good. And if he's got another shock on that Doom cannon, that'd be good too. But whatever. All right, so but this we're attacking this drop right, sneak around style. Cool. So that was that. Now we're just kind of just going straight up the line. Oh, Tankadeers. I like the fact that he has level 6 grenades. That's pretty solid. That's good. Okay. Nice recognition on that. Okay. I don't know what that's a photo of, so we're going to open that on the other pad just in case it's a dirty photo, which it's not. I'll show it to you. Go Steelers! The last time the Dolphins came to Pittsburgh in a playoff, we went on to win the Super Bowl. Woohoo! Hell yeah! Go Steelers! Go Steelers! Hell no! Hell yeah! Go Steelers! I'm sorry I've jumped topic, guys, but that's what do you want me to do? All right. So anyway, so we're running over there. So he dropped the critters over there. He's going Tankadeers. What I need to see now is that we need to see some bombs over here. But this is the problem with going in with tanks in operation. They take up so much time. Like they're just such, it's a time trap is what it is. Because they have low amount of numbers, you know what I mean? So it becomes a time trap, tanks in itself. Like we want to maximize our opportunity, so we want to send as many troops on this field as we can, and we want to overwhelm our things. You know, so that's kind of what it comes down to. It's a numbers thing. Math is on our side. But, you know, it was a good attack. Again, recognition. Got to get points for recognition. That matters. What are we doing over here? You know, because I don't know a lot about the team, why are we going over here? I don't even know why. Somebody... Okay. Okay, well, see, we can ignore this entire side. So, again, every amount of gunboat, troops, or whatever that was sent over to this was technically wasted. Because we didn't need any of this gone. Just being honest. Okay? Just being honest. Not being mean, just being honest. So that means I don't know how many attacks went over to that other side. But if you calculate 4 attacks went to that other side, then that means you could have beaten this operation in 4 less attacks. Here's another one. There's no reason to be going over to this side. You know? But it's alright. I get it. Trust me, I know. It's not easy. And I'm making no effort because I'm making no effort to just say, oh, and see, and this person needs to change, and this person needs to change. Oh, trust me, I know. It's hard to get, 20 people on the same page about one subject. I'm just calling things as I see, so here we go. Here's another one. So this thing has been wide open from a Bazooka attack pretty much the whole time. If we would have just focused on removing, we did that in one shot. Well, now we need to do this on the next shot, and then Bazookas, you're winning. So I mean, it's like he's kind of like it's got the right idea at this point. As far as power selling those the RLs, it's just like kind of like too late. It's like, all right, well, we're about 8 attacks too late here, or however many. Again, I'm gonna let you math wizards figure out who's doing what and what's effective. I don't know. I don't know much about Boom Beach anyway, so you really can pretty much ignore everything that I'm saying. I'm definitely would have flared. You could have just done everything you just did, but instead of flaring there, just flare right here to this corner, and then you'll kind of catch this corner. Drop your Zookas first, flare there, they'll and then your heavies will have like a kind of make like a little shield, and you'll get them about right here. Then you'll flare this wall, and you're not even really at that point. You don't have to do that. Just I know I'm just yammering. I'm just saying, like, basically, if your goal is to get around, then you need to flare around. Don't try to take a shortcut. You only fuck yourself over. There are no shortcuts in Boom Beach. There are no shortcuts. So let's get out of there. In Task Force team play, there are no shortcuts in Task Force team play. So this is Blonde Rebellion. She's a tanker. This is our girl Luna. So we've just kind of ran things the way that we ran things. You know, we ended up getting what did we do? We sent a bunch of tankers over there, and again, that's cool. That is totally awesome. Yeah. So as we go, you know, and the operations get harder and harder and harder, and everybody would get more and more and more max tanks. I'm not against tanks. I've never been truly anti-tank on Still Unboomable, as much as it was just more important that we get everybody on board with the whole concept of Zookas. You know what I mean? In fact, I wouldn't mind having an all-tank op on Still Unboomable one day, and, you know, just see what we can do, because ultimately, if you're running objective-based attacks, meaning everybody is on an objective, whether they know it's a team objective or it just kind of works out that way. Who was the last attack I showed? Blonde Rebellion. You get what I'm saying. So, team attacks, as long as you're doing objective-based stuff, then it really, in the end, it doesn't matter how you achieve it. Let's see. It's these flares. Everybody's trying to take shortcuts that cost. Like, that just costs you a shock. You know what I mean? Flare here, drop here, flare to these corners, get everybody here. And I know I've caught myself trying to take a shortcut, and every time I've done it, it fucked me. So I need to stop. So shame on me. That was me smacking my hand. Well, that's me smacking your hand, Piper. I see you over there trying to take shortcuts. But good attack, though. Again, good recognition. Totally not anti-tank, as long as everybody is, you know, well, no account that I'm driving has any business running tanks, because I have all my tanks are like so low level, you know. But yeah, if everybody's got a bunch of strong tanks and you understand the objective based stuff, then I don't see why it couldn't work. It's just like you know, it's just like how Still Unboomable is all Zuka. You know, and that's our goal. Well, if I imagine if Still Unboomable, if we had an op day where we just said, fuck it, all tanks, just goddamn it, we're doing tanks, and we're just going to see how far our tanks take us, then, you know, that'd be an interesting experiment. Maybe I could get the guys on board with that. Again, anything for the channel, right? Anything to make the channel interesting. And let's talk about the channel. I'll never, ever be able to make a living off this channel. All right, stop real quick. Furious, if you're over here, then just go ahead and just flare right there. Just fight this stuff and then make it gone. Anyway, then you don't have to shock it, then it's just gone. But yeah, like, I know I'll never make a living off this channel. Not ever, not ever, not ever, not ever, never, 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 never. You know, but I'd like it to be interesting. You know what I mean? I'd like for people to be interested and can watch a video and enjoy the experience. Oh, I didn't mean to get out of that. So that was Furious JJ. So all in all, good attack. Admiral, like that he's going to Zookas. Love the Zookas. What are we doing? If he's smart, he's going to go win from right up here or something like that. We'll determine his intelligence in one moment. Okay. Aha, he's doing it. Admiral, you the man. Good job. Good job. Whoa, what are we doing? Okay, that was an accident. Okay, I respect that. That was just an accidental flare over there. I thought he was like, oh, I have an idea. I'm just going to go this way. Alright, so let's see how this went. I feel like I missed an attack, but whatever. Admiral, for future attacks like this, when you're doing the barrage and such, your goal is not, when you're running all Zookas, your goal is not so much to barrage the cannons as much as clear the mines. So you could have used those same bombs and just went boom, 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 because it looked like 2 or 3 barrages. If it was only 2, you could have gone boom, boom, and that would have cleared those mines. And trust me, girls versus cannons, girls win every time. Every time. Alright, Dirty Dogs. Time check. 10:01. Alright, I gotta go. Dirty Dogs. Grenade. Tankadeer. What are we doing over here? Hopefully we're doing a drop right sneak around. This is... I don't know what the range on those rockets are. I can tell you. Oh yeah. It's definitely a great... This is definitely a great excuse to go all Zookas. Even a hookah, you know. But, you know, let's see. I mean, it just, as we watch, I think it helps when you just go back and you look at it and you realize, like, oh, this thing was just wide open the whole time. So this entire attack, all the minutes that have been wasted trying to get to this point were just wasted. You know what I'm saying? But in the end, you know, it did some damage. You got in position. You know, so good job. It just took a while to get there. So remember, flare the corners, hug the wall, take your time, get in position, you know, steady, smooth and steady. Alrighty, and then I don't know, Destiny. So I'm really excited about this person going not that way. Okay, once again, it's open. Wide open. Way over here. You don't have to shock anything. Way over here. We should not be going to this side. So, it's like, I guess this person won. Flare. Whatever. This is a frustrating attack for me to watch, friends. I'll be honest. But hey. You know, we got there. I guess. We got there. So, alright. And Vegas. Right? Vegas Mott's. Going hookah. Saving the day. It's a big question. Why are... Okay. Point that I'd like to make. Okay, well, you obviously accidentally shocked yourself there. But every time we've gone over here, we've had to waste gunboat and such, and it's complete open. Just, you know, I'd be very interested to, if you can get people to watch this video. Now, I promise, no need to make a big deal about it in the chat or anything, but for you, the people who are interested in, you know, learning and you know, finding out little ways to it that they can improve their attack overall, they'll find their way here. So I'm talking to those people. Friends, it doesn't take much to just kind of just smooth things out. You know, just some basic things just to think about. Essentially, this was an accidental victory. You know what I mean? Like, this was the definition of an accidental victory right here. So, but hey, good job. You know, you somehow managed to get in position and do it all. Wow, it's just, I can't help but notice, so if we count all the attacks that went to that side on ribbon cable there, and I count those as wasted attacks, so if you take those, there had to at least been 5 or 6, it feels like. Then there are a few Tankadeer attacks, or, you know, little weird mix attacks that just kind of weren't as effective as could have been. And I'm like, I would just, for this team, based on what I just saw, I would say, hey man, let's just get everybody on this whole hookah business. Like, let's just try to run some hookah attacks and like do exactly what you're doing, but go hookah. What that'll do is that'll save the GBE that you would be using for your tanks or scorchers. You know, and they're just good, solid, versatile troops. You know, they don't take much. It wouldn't hurt to have, if you've got good, strong medics, then yeah, that'd be good. But there you go. So there you go. That was my op review of the team Rise of the Dragon. In time, I will get to know them, but for now, I do have to wrap this video up, head over to Still Unboomable, start an operation, and point it in a direction. So, alright, I'm out. As always, friends, thank you so much for watching. Please remember that we are still unboomable, and as always, please be safe. Thank you.